We've already done one giveaway. We have some more plans soon, so stay tuned. The other thing too is we are announcing some exciting news with you guys. Today we started an exclusive offer for the Fours Up podcast listeners. Use promo code Fours Up for 15% off your entire order. So go online and order some today.
So is that the number 4 and then S, or is it like spelled out FOURS?
No, you got it right. I should have made that distinguished. It's the number 4, Fours Up. So
okay, there you go, guys.
Yep.
Perfect. Yeah, we'll tweet it out and everything. So we are very excited about that. But let's talk about Saturday's game, man. The floor is yours. Were you there?
I was there.
So what were your thoughts, man?
My biggest takeaway is, wow, FSU is bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
This was the kind of game that I went into it thinking, look, I wouldn't be surprised if we won by 3 or won by 23, but at the same time, I wasn't thinking that FSU was that bad. I even had some of my FSU buddies telling me they're like, no, we're that bad, going into the game. I just didn't want to believe it. I always go into FSU with some tempered expectations because you just never know how this game could go. Not that I wasn't confident, but I just wasn't expecting that. So that was, for me, the biggest shock. But a whooping like that, I'll take it any day of the week.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so what was on? So that is by far the worst FSU team I've ever seen. Like, it was like shocking how bad and how undisciplined they were. It was getting chippy at the end. But let's talk about the Canes. 52 points. We only gave up 10. What were your 3 biggest takeaways from our team, but also what are some things that we still need to work on?
I mean, let's start with the bad, I guess, or not the bad, but just needs improvement. I'm still not, and I've been vocal about it. I know some people don't feel this way, but I'm still not sold on Blake Baker.
Yeah.
For me, he's just not as aggressive as Manny is, and I'm not sure if it's a personnel issue. I'm not smart enough to know the difference between that, but like, you need to be more aggressive. And for me, the bend don't break is great, or it can work, but at the same time, like against Clemson, how are we really going to play with that?
Dude, if we try to bend against Clemson, dude, we're going to get bent over a barrel is what's going to happen.
I agree. I think it can get ugly, but hopefully that's not the case. But that's definitely the number one spot for me. Like, offense does seem to be vastly improved, so I don't really have a ton of things to gripe there. But the biggest takeaway is the defense needs to improve, and we need to get Mark Pope off of punt returns. That's just me.
Dude, we haven't even talked about that yet, Jordan. What the hell?
What the hell?
How does that happen again?
He just needed to let that one go. Why even go for that one? Just let it go, man.
I've never been a fan of anyone who tries to sprint under a football as it's coming down and catch it on the run.
No,
like that.
Me neither.
You just got to let those things bounce, man.
Agreed. So I don't know who the solution would be there. I know people are clamoring for X. Maybe it's Jalen Knighton. I don't know, but I would like to try someone else in that spot.
I would love to see Jalen Knighton back there. And
I agree.
You know what? At this point, a fumble in 2 out of 3 games, like, don't put anyone back there. That's better than turning it over.
No, and then that's the kind of thing that you can't afford to happen against Clemson in a couple weeks. That, you just can't have it. We're going to need every possession in that game.
Yeah, it would be better to have bad field position than to let them flip the field and have, only need 30 yards for a touchdown off of, you get a stop on defense, and then next thing you know, they're on your 30-yard line.
1,000%. 1,000%.
So obviously, we got a bye this week, and then for the 3rd straight game, we're in prime time against Clemson.
Yep.
I mean, I know a lot of people are gonna get pissed at me, but I don't think we're going to win. I'm not going in like I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't think we're going to win that game. I think it could be close. I think we could play Clemson very well just because of how great our offense is playing. I just want to see us keep it to 1 possession. So what are your thoughts on the Clemson game?
I don't like our chances, and I'll take the heat for it. I don't care. Like I'm a realist when it comes to my
Yep.
fandom, and for me, blind faith is not necessarily makes you a bigger fan than me. It just makes you unrealistic, in my opinion. But
Preach.
yeah, right. This is a measuring stick game. Like this is telling us right now where our program is and where we're going. So for
Yep.
me, if we can keep it within 2 scores, I'd be ecstatic.
Yep.
Mhm.
Ecstatic. I'd be completely happy with that because that shows vast improvement to where we are, where we were when, Golden got fired. Like that was just embarrassing. So if we can keep it there, I'd be beyond satisfied.
Yeah, and I want to add to what you're saying in that it might not even just reflect the talent. Like a lot of when we're going up at team like Clemson right now, a lot of it's going to be mental and emotional, and it's just keeping composure.
1,000%.
Because I mean, I don't know, we look so good. I was telling Marsh before we called you in, like I'm not predicting our finish, but I'm just saying right now at this very moment in time, we are a top 5 football team in the country, and we're playing like it, and we look like it, and we're beating our opponents thoroughly, and we're doing everything we need to. Even if it's not perfect, we're playing great football, and we look pretty unbeatable, for most teams that we're going to play. But it's just keeping that composure. It's keeping cool under pressure, and it's
Not getting ahead of yourself, honestly.
Exactly. So I would really like to see. I don't know, man. I'm so hyped right now. I don't want to be an idiot and predict a Miami win over Clemson, but I think anything can happen right now, and it's just because we are hot, and I underestimated De'Aaron King, which is saying something because I've put my full faith in him since the day he got here. I underestimated him. He's unreal. He's next level. We've never had a guy like him here.
Talent-wise, we've never had anybody like him. Period.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you have a guy like that, anything can happen, right? So you guys are right where I think we are. This is where, all right, now how do we deal with our success?
Yep.
How do we handle that going into this game? Do our heads get blown up a little bit too big? Do we slack off a little bit in practice, or do we need to do we do what we need to do in these next couple of weeks?
Yep.
Last year was not great for us coming off bye weeks,
Yeah.
which, take it for what it is, but it just wasn't good for us.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's kind of turned the page a little bit. Yeah, anything can happen. Hopefully it does. Trust me, I hope I'm wrong. I hope.
Yeah, it's what my greatest fear is if we lose to Clemson, no matter how, which way we lose, are we going to bounce back the next week against a solid team?
Tough Pitt defense, man. They're not going to be that easy, especially. I think win or lose, that's not a good game to play next, because if you come off that high, we could overlook Pitt, and if we lose, then what? Do we bounce back like the problem has been in the past?
Yeah, I mean they just beat Louisville, so.
Yeah, which I was surprised about. I didn't expect that to happen. I know Cunningham got hurt. I'm not sure how early or how late that happened, but I'm sure that played a part in what went on. But
he threw 21 passes still, so, and it looks like he was the only guy that threw a pass for him. So
okay.
So he certainly played a lot.
Yeah, but the thing is, if we lose to Clemson, it's going to the comforting thing for me is that we can at least say Clemson is they're flat out better than us. Like, it's not because we had quarterback issues or anything like that. Like, Clemson is the number 1 team in the country for a damn reason. Like, this is. And the one thing that I want to make clear to Canes fans is I don't want to see people losing their shit if we lose to Clemson.
And they shouldn't.
They should not at all. Like, there is no reason that we should get, really upset if we lose to Clemson. Like, this is the elite of the elite.
I'll tell you what, though. if they kick us in the teeth in the first quarter and we just look completely lifeless after that, I'm going to come crashing back down to earth pretty hard. And it's just because of, I mean, it's not like I'll say everything sucks, everyone needs to be fired, but what I'll be like is like, oh, you know, we got a little big for our britches. We're still just, we're a good team. We're not a great team. We're not even close to a great team. And so, I mean, I might be pretty pessimistic. I think it really depends on how we lose, but like if we give them a good fight, even if we lose by almost 3 scores and we just like we fight and we bounce back and you know we respond, we score.
Yeah, you just never give up the way FSU did on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean if they beat us 42-21 and you know we're driving the ball down, we're playing hard and stuff like that, that's fine. But I just don't want to see
it can't be 58-0. We can't. It cannot be a repeat of that.
No, yeah, I just don't want to get kicked in the teeth and then just look like, you know, just be like, oh, yeah, we lost this game already, you know.
Yeah, and that's obviously worst case scenario, and I don't think that's going to happen. I think there's going to be a ton of fight. I think what makes this season so different for us is the leadership of someone like De'Aaron King. Like he didn't deal with the things that the cultural problems that we had last year. You know, like it was almost like he started a whole new clean slate for the entire team. That's what it feels like. Yeah, so I don't think, you know, this bye week's going to be an issue like last week. Not that it can't happen, but I just don't think it is. And I don't think we're going to go down without a fight in a couple weeks. But, you know, at the same time, you never know. But I think we have a fighter's chance, you know, a puncher's chance, I should say. Yeah. I just don't think it's, you know, a foregone conclusion that we can say that we have a real good chance at winning this game.
Yeah, I agree, man. Well, AB, thank you for coming on, man. We appreciate your reaction. We got like 4 dudes to get through, so
all good, man.
Yeah, but dude, we appreciate you, and everyone make sure you're checking out AB's stuff on Twitter and his website, the Stickers by AB. And what was the promo code again? Sorry, I forgot to write it down.
4's up with the number 4.
Okay.
Simple.
Okay. So
15% off your entire order. So go on, get some today. Trust me, you won't be disappointed.
Yeah, I got my 3 drip stickers in the mail today, man. I put one on my laptop first thing. So
awesome, man. I appreciate you guys. Thanks again for everything, and I look forward to a continued partnership. So
absolutely, brother. Talk to you soon.
All right, man. Take care.
You too.
Bye. Cool, man. You ready for our next guest?
Let's go. Let's do it.
Cool. Travis, what's up, bro?
How's it going?
Travis, long time no talk. How are you, man?
I know, man. I know. I'm doing good, man. Not too bad. How you guys doing?
We are, I mean, it was
vibing, dude. I'm doing good.
It was a lot this weekend. It was a lot of good things, and I'm recovering from the weekend. I'm good. I'm happy.
That's good. That's good.
Absolutely. Okay, so we beat the doors, the ass off of Florida State. Let's hear your reaction, man. The floor is yours.
Man, I'll tell you this. I was so happy because I have heard shit from Florida State fans for the last God knows how long when they went on that 7-year win streak. And I was like, and I always said in my head, when we get back on top, I'm going to make those guys wish that they never talk shit. And I am so happy. I woke up Sunday, and the first thing I said with my eyes open was, I am so glad that we spanked that ass. I was so ecstatic. I just felt like I was high all day, and I didn't even smoke nothing.
I love it, dude. But tell me about the optics, man. Like what did you think when you were watching the game? Like, what were you thinking? Like, give me your take on this team this year.
So there's a lot of things to point out, you know, that I feel like that Miami has done so much better at. And, you know, a lot of things stood out. So to start, I would say first is third down efficiency. I mean, like in the past, every time it was third down, I was like, you guys might as well go ahead and punt it on third down because we're not going to get a third down. We just didn't complete third downs for some reason. And you know, obviously I know why, but, you know, that was the big thing was third downs, fourth downs. I mean, it was like Miami just had complete control, and we just literally did whatever we wanted against Florida State specifically.